Hello guys, Fury here, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my loot run in Shoreline. I'll be showing you where I go, what I do, and pretty much my way of making money when I go to Shoreline. So just before we go into the raid, I want to show you what kind of loadouts you can take into Shoreline depending what your goal is. So say you are playing with a couple of mates, or you're just playing on your own but you feel like going a little bit more geared, you can take really anything you want to Shoreline, guns wise and like gear wise. Just take whatever you want, but the main thing that I would recommend taking in there is an SJ6. It's very important to take an SJ6 because if your main goal is to get to resort first, you want to be able to run for as long as you can, and when you get tired, just regen as quickly as possible. And this is what the SJ6 does for you. It helps you with your max stamina, and it helps you with your stamina recovery. So this is probably one of the most important things. As soon as you get in the map, just use it and you sort it. Also, another thing that I could say is the golden star. You need a painkiller. I mean, it should be already in your container or anywhere on yourself. You should always have a painkiller, but it's very important for the start of the game. As soon as you spawn in, it's always good to use a painkiller just in case you get caught in the open fields. Shoreline has a lot of open fields. If you get hit on your legs, you'll still be able to run, get into cover, and you won't just be caught up in the middle of the field with nothing to do. Your balls in your hands and you're dead because you couldn't run. So yeah. Now, when it comes to doing a money run, so say that you're running a bit low on rubles, you just want to go into Shoreline, make a quick amount of money, get out. If you die, you don't really lose that much. You can just re-gear and you're fine. You didn't get too much, it didn't affect you too much. So what I do is I usually rock the scav backpack. So scav backpack with the 6B3TM armored rig and the SSH 68 helmet with a MP153 shotgun. Now, to get these things, you want to go to trading. For the shotgun, you want to go to Jaeger, and you want to scroll down all the way until you find the MP153. You buy the shotgun. Once you buy the shotgun, you go to Ragman and you scroll a little bit down and you'll be able to find the SSH helmet. Once you buy the helmet, you keep scrolling down, you find the Comtax, the GSSH01, keep going down and you will find the armored rig, and you continue down and you'll find the scout backpack. So once you've purchased all of these items, you then go to the flea market and you write 12/70. So let's remove these. So 12/70, and you find the AP 20 slug rounds. If you're high enough level for Jaeger, you can buy them from him for cheaper, which I do recommend. Just try and get as high level as possible as soon as you can. It'll help you massively, especially when buying ammo. If you don't, just buy some from any other player. It won't really affect you too much. You don't need that many. I usually buy 40. Well, let me just go to this guy over here. I usually buy 40, so 37k shouldn't affect you too much. You can buy less if you want, but 40 is what I usually go for. So once you're in your inventory, you got everything. You can add everything to your character and you're pretty much ready to go. When it comes with the shotgun, you got two options. You can either go with the base shotgun that you just bought, so it comes with a 4-round mag and it comes with no scope or anything, or you can do what I usually do, which I go to edit preset and I add some extra stuff to it. So I upgrade the magazine to a 8-round mag, and then I come over here and I add the SPRM rail. Once I add the rail, I add the cheapest option you can get. It doesn't really matter which scope. I mean, if you have a favorite, then go for your favorite, but don't go for the most expensive one. Usually I go either with the P1X42 or I just go with the MRS. Just pick whatever you like, but don't go too expensive if you don't have enough money. Once you purchase everything, just click assemble and you're ready. Load up your shotgun, put your ammo on yourself. Usually I have 12 rounds in my pouch, or in my person, sorry, in my vest, and then I have 20 in my gamma container, as well as meds, so that way it reduces the amount of money that I will lose if I die. I only keep meds on myself. If you want, you can add a shot. If you want, you can add a grenade to your vest. It's purely down to you. But this is pretty much it. As soon as you have your gear set ready, you're ready to go. So like I said when I was doing the loadout, as soon as you spawn in, you want to use your golden star, so if you get shot while you're running through the middle of the fields, you don't get stuck. You can run into cover or just move, you know. And then you pop your SJ6 to make sure that you get to the resort as quickly as possible. So now that I made it to the resort, I'm on the west side. Once you're coming in, always make sure that you're looking around. There's other players that can be here before you. There's better spawns. Right now we got the tunnel spawn, which is not the best, but always make sure that you're looking around for other players. Jump over the fence into this hole in the wall. Here on the left you can find barter items like batteries and stuff like that if you need it for your quests. Along this way, always watch out for Senator and his guards. They do spawn in these rooms and they're very sneaky, so just watch out for them. Now, first door we're going to open is room 104. So 104 has the chance of spawning medical items on the shelves, as you can tell, and also a blue key card on the table. More medical items on the shelf. Once you're done with 104, move down the corridor towards the east side, and there's room 112. Now at 112, you also get a keycard spawn for the labs. Blue keycard spawns there on the TV stand. Always check it out. Here on the table there's some food spawns, sugar as well if you need sugar for your moonshine. Duffel bag there, duffel bag there. Once you're done with that, move along down the corridor and go down to the basement. Now here in the basement, inside the locker, there is a chance of spawning the red key card. Always check for that, even if it's looted the whole way, even if the whole resort is looted, just it doesn't hurt to go and check out. If you get a lucky red card, you're pretty much rich. Once I'm done with the red key card, I move all the way up to the third floor and to the left after you got out of the stairs, and I go to room 301. Now 301 is probably one of the best rooms in the west wing. So as soon as you go inside the room, you have a chance of spawning athletics there. For those of you that need to do your collector mission for fence, you can get the fire steel on top of this container here. On the floor here, there's a chance of spawning graphics cards and other electric stuff. Around the room here, on the table here, where the grizzly is right now, there's a chance of spawning latexes. There you can get money. You got 2 computers, some more electrical items. Here on the bed there's a chance of spawning latex as well. Other medical items, as you can see. Now also, before I forget, you also get a green guns box. Coming along this way, just before we leave, one thing that you should be careful about on this side is this area right here. So players do like to camp this door because it's such a good door, such a good room. People like to sit on that side and camp it, or players that go and loot that room over there also can just check. So always be careful when you're coming down the corridor. If you can, take a look, make sure that there's no windows broken, there's nobody looking your way, and you should be good to go. So as soon as we're done with that, we move down to the second floor and we go to room 205. So this is one of the first rooms where you actually have 2 keys. So you can either get key 203 or you can get key 205. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you have, just buy the cheapest one. You can get inside the same rooms with just 1 key. Don't keep both of them in your pouch, even if you have both of them. Just get 1 key and start looting. Don't worry about having both. So in room 205, you get a lot of medical items spawning on the table. You get a toolbox. You get more medical stuff spawning there. You get gun case, sorry. And the main thing is right here, underneath the bed, on top of the paper there. You can get a red key card spawn. And pretty much the rest of the room is all medical stuff. There's a gun rack here as well and a duffel bag. Once I'm done with 205, I move down the corridor. After the barbed wire, you'll see this light shining towards the door 216. That's the first door you want to open. So in 216, you have a chance of getting electrical items on the box. You can get graphics cards here. There's 2 spawns, so you can get 2 if you get really lucky. You get weapons case, ammo box here, ammo on top of the box here. As you can tell, Mayo, Devil Dog's Mayo spawns here. So again, if you're doing the collector quest for fence, you can run here and try and get it. A bunch of stuff all over the place. Here on top of the green boxes you get athletics spawn, as well as medical stuff spawning in on top of the table as well. Up to 216, move your way to 218. So in 218, I believe you can also get multiple keys. I believe you can get 221, 218, and 225, if I'm not wrong, or 222. I'm not sure, but me personally, I have 218. So when you go in there, you will have straight to your left in the toilet. There's a spawn here for the RSAS sniper. Here on the table, there's a spawn for foods and stuff. Here on top of this blue barrel, there's a spawn of the red key card. Moving along, there's some medical stuff spawning on top of the boxes, gun case. Around this way, sometimes it will spawn a gun on top of the bed here. Always check that. More medical stuff. Going around back this way. We move on to room 220. So, room 220. There's a lot of medical spawns on top of this box here. More gun cases, and here is where you want to look. As you can see, there's high tier loot spawns here, and sometimes also here on top of this table here. You can get bitcoins, rollers, anything really, like lions, stuff like that. Always check this box. Now, moving on. Once you get over here, you have 2 options. So you can either choose to go crazy and go down the corridor if you feel confident that there's nobody on the other side, or you just feel like going crazy. Just cross around this side and start looting the east wing. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna loot admin first, but always be careful. From the left side, the right side, and the front, you can easily get taken down. Just keep your eye open. So, as I said, for the sake of this video, we're going to go to admin. So once you get to admin, go up these set of stairs and left, open the stores, you go in, and you get spawns all over these shelves, here, here. You can get graphics cards and Tetris here on the table. I believe you can get them on the shelf as well. I loot the computer. Then here is where you want to look as well, because there's a red key card spawn. Then you're moving on to this side. Here there's a graphics card spawn and a Tetris as well as on the table. If you have the key, or if you want to buy the key, you can loot the safe as well. The key is Health Resort Manager's Office. Loot the PC there. Moving on here, I just loot the PC and then I make my way out. If you feel like you're safe and you feel like looting a little bit better, you can move on to the other side where you'll find another safe, which is the Health Resort Warehouse safe. If you have the key, you might as well just get it. And after that, that's pretty much the admin looted. Moving on to the East Wing. So first thing you want to do when you get to East Wing is check that door. That is Sanitar's room. You need a tape key to open that room. If that's open, there's most likely players here, or the resort is most likely all looted. Sometimes it's worth to check, because some people do come to this room and then just get something good and just leave. So tape room, you can tell that there's a handprint on the right side of the door, and is room 110. So with the tape key, you can open this door, and inside the toilet you need to be very careful. There's items all over the floor. LEDXs can spawn on the floor, and a lot of times LEDXs spawn in the shower, as well as flumoscopes and stuff like that. You need to be careful. Sometimes you won't be able to see them properly because it's covered by the hazmat suit. Coming along this side, LEDXs have also spawned on the floor here. More medical items on the table there, high tier items there, computer, more items there. Usually I don't loot these, I just move on depending if I'm in a rush or not. Moving on to room 107, straight after tape. This room has LEDX spawn right here, some barter items here, money, more medical stuff, more barter items, also a chance of spawning intel here on top of the table. While you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're being quick and efficient. Moving on to the second floor. Once you get to the second floor, you turn right and you'll have room 226 and room 222. These are the same keys, so you only need to get one of the keys. It's the same case as 205 in the other wing. So buy the cheapest one and you're good to go. Once you get in here, I usually close the door because it's easy for me. There's a gun spawn there, medical, drinks, sometimes medical spawn on the floor, LEDX, flumoscope spawns on the shelves here. In here, as well as on top of the table, there's spawns as well. LEDX usually spawns on top of the table. Here you can get graphics cards there and there on both tables. Always check. Inside here, sometimes there's high tier loot, so it can spawn bitcoins, lines, anything of the sort. Always make sure to check that. Moving on, as soon as I leave the 226 room, I move down the corridor and the first door on my right. So the first room on my right, 218, the door will always be open. There's actually, oh, there is a door, but the door will always be open. You'll know exactly where you are. The door is always open. You don't have to buy a key or anything. Red key card spawns on top of this table. Always make sure to check it, even if the whole place is looted or there's players around. Always make sure to check it because some people don't know about it. Moving on to third floor. As soon as you come up the stairs, in front of you, you'll find room 328, and also a storage room with no number. You can choose to either buy key 328 or the storeroom key. I personally have the storeroom key. As soon as you go in, there's a high tier loot item spawn here on top of the table next to the hair dryer. Graphics card spawns on the table, PC. Also a very good place to get mods for your weapons. A lot of good mods spawn here on top of the table as well as on the floor. You can make good money just out of mods. Moving on. Room 316. So room 316 is a really good room for weapon mods as well. You get some boxes, you get mods on top of the table here, on top of the table here, and also there's apparently a red keycard spawn up here, but I don't think it's been confirmed yet. And medical stuff on the balcony. Right now on the other side is room 314 and room 313. Now this is another case where you can buy each one, like whichever one you want really. Like you can either get 313 or 314, just buy the cheapest key. In here you will get some items on top of the table and on the floor, mainly weapon mods, some barter items there, and what this key is really good for is the LEDX. So on top of this box here in the corner there's a LEDX spawn. So moving on to room 310. In room 310 you can get some items on top of the table here, as well as bitcoins, lions and stuff on top of this table. 306, there's a lot of PC components that you can find if you need it for your quests, for anything really, barters, hideout. Here inside you can spawn some stuff like gold chains, and on the floor as well, on top of the bed as you can see. Moving on top of this table here there's a moonshine spawn as well as Jack Daniels whiskey. Here meds. Moving on to second floor. Now this is a very dodgy room to loot. You have to be very careful with the corridor. Always check, make sure that there's nobody just peeking around, like around the corner. Once you open this room 205, there's this high tier spawn and streamer item spawn here inside. Always check that. Around the side you got some med spawns and some gun cases. And that is it. That is pretty much all of the rooms that I loot in Shoreline. All of the rooms that I think they're actually worth looting. If you have any questions, make sure to ask me in the comments below. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. If you have any video ideas that you'd like me to do, also comment down below. If you would like me to do another video where I go from the east wing to the west wing, I can also do that. Even though it's pretty much the same thing, you just have to like go the other way around. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I hope I was able to help you guys out and make Resort a little bit easier for you to loot and make some more money. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and take it easy.